Hey guys, yeah, so this is the tutorial for Liang Yue. So I did the stage previously. Sorry, gotta reduce the volume a little bit. Okay, so Liang Yue previously I used her with the tree spirit character Tuesday for poison, Mercuria for rank up, and Isolde for burn, because that is what she has from her Bane of all evil justice, which is mainly based on rank. Okay, and it's the red one, so it's crit and crit damage, right? For every one justice talent, this attack gains critical rate 5% and critical damage 20%. And you want to use the incantation on the red zone in order to get justice talent. So end up you will definitely trigger this. And then you have the peace, which is for burn and poison. So that actually resonates with Isolde as well as Tuesday. And then we have balance, which is what it implies, balance. So I'm going to talk about these 4 different modes and basically how to optimize them in this video. It is actually not that difficult. Okay, so to make things easy, I won't use Lopera because Lopera doesn't go well with Tuesday. So I will take something more generic, maybe Fatutu. Right? So this is the team. So if you are using the burn setup, you would want to use burn more, and means you want to use the green zone more, because the green zone is the one that the green zone is the one that can trigger Bane of all evil, peace. Okay, and based on the number of burn stack, every burn stack is 3% penetration. So you have 30 burn stack, that's 90% penetration. This will ensure Liang Yue to hit pretty hard. Okay, so now I have the green zone and the red zone. Okay, I'm going to reset it. Okay, so which means we want to use more incantation from this side, because if I do this, I will get more green, right? So this will give me pure green, and I will do even more burn stack on the enemy and deal more damage. Okay. However, sometimes some of this incantation will be on the right side, so just remember that you need to trigger more green than red in order to trigger Bane of all evil, peace. All of you probably know that already. Okay, so anyway, right? One more thing, we want this to always be in the mix zone. Okay, so in that case, we cannot just keep using this because this doesn't move into the red zone, right? So we eventually need to use one of this, which will push it into the mix zone, right? Okay, so that is a little bit of trade-off to get more green talents. Instead, you get 1 or 2 that is mixed talent, but you would want the buff to be in the mix zone, so she can do 2 banish evil attacks, okay, which is a lot of damage. There, she has 2, you can see the buff. 1, wait, 1 more because I need to be attacking. Oh, see, now it's here, so I want to trigger, this, but this is all the way here. So this is a bit difficult for us to get pure green, because we need to start using some from the red side to bring it forward. So what I'm going to do here is to use the one closer. Okay. Yeah, and that will bring it to the mix zone. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, now it's already green. If I use this, it will be red and mix. Red and mix. Green. And then green and mix. So I will trigger 2 Bane of all evil, and both of it will be Bane of all evil, peace. Okay, here, Bane of all evil. 6 burn stack, 9 burn stack, 21 burn stack, and now hit the enemy. See, Bane of all evil and 9 burn stacks. Alright, so I just want to get this up to tier 3 just to see the damage. Green, this is red, red, green, so that's a problem. I don't want to do that. Okay, green, mix, mix, green mix. So this will trigger Bane of all evil, peace, and attack. Okay, so now this is the final, just this one more turn. I will demonstrate it to you. After that, I will switch to Tuesday. Alright, this is a very good incantation list that I have, and I'm going to buff it even more. Okay, first I'm going to debuff the enemy, and this will bring it to the mix zone and trigger Bane of all evil, justice, peace. Then now I'm going to attack with wait. Okay, green mix, red green, red mix, green mix. No. Okay, red green, mix, green mix. So I will trigger Bane of all evil, peace again. $140,000 due to the high penetration rate. 140,000 as well, which is why you always want the buff to be in the mixed zone. Again, and follow-up attack, another 140,000. And trigger another Bane of all evil, peace, and then do follow-up attack again. One time, 64,000, and another time. There you go. Okay, so this is the burn mode, 6 turn, 1.4 million. Okay, so now let's try Isolde. Let's try Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday is a little bit more tricky to play because we want Tuesday erase to be up. So every time you do Bane of all evil, that poison is just gonna stack, and stack. Right? So I'm going to skip this. I will return in a bit. Okay, so here Tuesday, again I want to reset because my priority is not Tuesday, my priority is still Liang Yue. Here I will do this. I want more green. Again. Okay, double green, 3 green, 4 green, and attack. Actually, at this point, it doesn't really matter as much yet because Liang Yue's poison is only for 1 round. Okay, so you see, there, only for 1 round. So, okay, now the enemy dies and all the poison disappear anyway. Yeah. So basically, once you get Tuesday Ultimate up, you want to be casting or triggering a lot of Bane of all evil piece, because all the poison will then be able to accumulate. Right, 1. Oh wait, this is green. Green. Okay, green again. There we go. So now all the poison will stay. Okay, so let's count. How many poison do I have? That is a lot of buff. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 poison. And let's see by next round how many poison I will have. Okay, I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. One. Rate. Doesn't matter. Green makes. Green makes. Green makes. So most of the time, it will all be Bane of all evil piece. Okay, more poison. Okay, more poison coming in. And I will do another 2 more follow-up attack. Okay, and now Flutter Page here is also the strongest, and I will trigger Tuesday array. So we want to see how much damage we can get overall. So I'm going to drop the debuff to deal more Genesis damage. Okay, wait, let me count. Green. Green makes green. Red makes and a mix. So I need to trigger it once. Green mix. Okay. Red mix. Wait. green makes, green, red makes. Why am I counting so hard? Because in case if I go for next round, I do want to have more green, because just now if I go for red, makes, then I either have to trigger Bane of All Evil Justice or balance. I cannot trigger peace. So I want to make sure I have more green talent proceeding on to the next round. Alright, so okay, the last poison and damage is about 1,050,000. Okay. Okay, so that's about 150,000 worth of Genesis damage. And yeah, everything is set up. So now you see this is green, red, mix. So if I want to trigger Bane of All Evil again, then now I will be able to, right? Okay, I can do this. Right, so I can trigger again. So basically that's why I was counting the talents, right? So this is the demonstration for the poison team. So slightly lesser damage compared to the burn team, which the burn team I got about 1.4 in 6 rounds. So this is about 1.2. But I wouldn't pay too much attention to that because there's a lot of RNG in terms of what card I get. Yeah. Alright, so next would be rank up. So again, I will pause this video and I will come back when I reach the part where I set up the Liang Yue's ultimate already. Okay, so this is Mercuria version. Mercuria version, I want Bane of All Evil Justice. So I want to be using the back row, right? Yes, to trigger more red talents, and that will result in higher damage. And most of the time, Bane of All Evil Justice naturally do more damage due to the crit and crit damage buffs. So which means by no means this would be the strongest team for Liang Yue. Okay, or if you just go, like with full crit, which means if you don't have Mercuria, you can put Lopera in the team here, and with the crit and crit damage conversion, it will help a lot as well. Okay, so here, mix, green mix, no, rate, mix, red mix, green mix. There, double red, now green, but will still trigger Bane of All Evil Justice. Okay, now I want to trigger more Bane of All Evil Justice, so red, mix, red, red, mix, it's fine. Or I can do this, green, red, mix, okay. Right, so again, I'm waiting for Flutter Page to get tier 3 and then we will just do one more round and then I will go for balance. Okay. Alright, so now Flutter Page gas stack is at 25 already. I'm in at tier 3 already, so we can go all out. Okay, red, mix, green, okay. Okay, this should give me even more than 1.4 million if I'm not mistaken. $170,000, so it's way higher than the poison and the burn mode. But I'm not saying that the poison and the burn mode is weak. It's still very strong, especially like poison if you do need, and poison bypasses defense. And penetration rate 90% also bypasses defense. So at this low level phase, of course, Mercuria will do more damage. But if you go like higher, then naturally the penetration will actually help, and the poison genesis damage will also help. Okay, so this is about 1.5 million, which is 100,000 more than the penetration version. But again, remember when I was doing the penetration version, I did get very good hand. Okay, so yep, so this is the Mercuria version, and now I will demonstrate the balance. Alright, so as for this, the balance mode, the reason you want to use balance if you have something that the more you trigger, the better. And during the past videos that I did, it was with Kakania and Fatutu. So Kakania and Fatutu is that when you have the shell, you keep triggering attack, you keep retrieving the shell, then you keep healing the party, and the party you keep healing the party, and Kakania keep reflecting Genesis damage on the enemy. So the more attack that you do, the better, right? So in that case, you want to trigger balance. So here I'm just going to use this team, but I'm not going to do the run until the end, just to let you get the idea on how to do balance. Okay, but overall, I usually think balance doesn't do as much damage as the other modes. Okay, so now we can see by round 6 how much score do we get. Okay, so first of course we still need to do this. Oh wait, I doesn't start with Flutter Page, so I doesn't start with Flutter Page S2, so it's a bit awkward to start because I do want to have the 5 AP to have at least a more balanced or comparable to the other 3 runs that I already did. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And 4. Okay, so now we can start working on balance. We have a red talent already because I use Liang Yue S1 in the turn when I use her ultimate. So now we want to reach balance. I'm gonna start off with red rate. If I do this, it's not gonna balance. So green, green, mix, red. Okay, this is balanced. So it's going to be red mix and a green mix. So red mix, mix, green mix. So in the next round, I just need to use one more red. I can trigger balance again. Okay, so I do mental calculation in terms of what talents that I do get, especially the one that I can't see, right? So now is, okay, then I have a mix, right? Then I trigger this, so it's mix, green mix. All right, so this is very crucial if you're playing balance. You really need to have that mental, you know, you got to really like count it. Okay, so now I did one more red, and then after that it will be 3. So I need to do one green, one red, and one mix. Okay, so how am I gonna do that? This will be red and green, right? Because here it's gonna give me red. Then this is on the green zone, but it will give me red naturally, so red and green. Then this will give me mix, so I will trigger it again. Then this will give me red. Then this will give me green and mix. If I use this just now, okay, I'm going to show it to you, right? If I use this first, then this zone going to mix into, like, okay, I'm going to use this, it's going to mix, then I will get another mix. So it'll be green, mix, mix. So I wouldn't be able to sustain balance. Yeah, so you got to be really careful when you are doing this. So again, red, trigger balance. Red, green, mix, trigger another balance. Red, green mix, trigger another balance. So this is 3 times. Okay, 1. 2. Red, green mix. There you go, 3. The damage is really quite pathetic, to be honest. I mean, it's okay, it's okay. And because I triggered it so many times, I already got flutter page. Okay, so it's not that bad, right? I triggered so many times that I get a lot of stacks. So now I already get tier 3. The rest took me, I think, just now turn round number 5 to actually get it to tier 3, right? So I can get it faster with Swift mode. So again, now red, okay, red, mix, green mix. Okay, wait, I'm gonna buff up. I'm gonna buff this up. Great. Red mix, green mix. So I have a green, red, wait. Okay, red, mix, green, and then the next one will be mix. Okay. Then I need another green. Okay, it's a mix. So this will give me mix and a green. Then I will get a red and a mix. So I'm gonna trigger, yes, I'm gonna trigger another balance at that junction. Okay, here you go. There. Is it that much damage? I felt if I would have done the Bane of all evil justice, I would have dealt even more. Okay, Okay, so now I have a mix, so I need a green and a red. So let's start off with the red first. Red. A green and a mix. So there's a green and mix. Then I can have another red, green. So mix, red, green mix, red mix. I should be able to trigger another 3 Bane of all evil balance. Okay, 1. Okay, 2. Oh wait, I think I messed up here. Okay, I messed up. Alright, anyway, yeah, that's all for this video. Okay, bye. Okay, anyway, yeah, I messed up. So now it's at round 6 anyway, so I'm gonna stop. I'm at 1.2 million, which is slightly lower than the Bane of all evil, the burn version with Isolde, and also the Mercuria version, right? But with poison, it's about similar. But again, poison, if I did it like, if you are lucky, you can get a lot of poison being dumped out. It actually will be even more. I remember me hitting like 3.2 million, right? In 12 rounds. So very much depending on your cards. Right, so anyway, thank you for watching this video. This will be the tutorial for Liang Yue. And I hope this gives you an idea on how to use her cards. And yeah, so I think this is the last video that I have regarding about Liang Yue's kit. If anything else that I will do later is mostly, you know, to defeat some fight where Liang Yue is relevant, so I use it again. But I won't discuss so much about her kit anymore. And then later on, if there's any new synergy with new characters like with Isolde, that I will cover even more related to the type of synergy, because I've been doing it a little bit, but I didn't wanted to share it yet because my Isolde is not at the top condition, so the damage seems a little bit pathetic. So I don't want to give an impression that Isolde is bad, right? Maybe after I build Isolde stronger in my CN account, then I will do the run again with Liang Yue and how to optimize it. Okay, but anyway, thank you for watching. And after this video, I will focus on Noir. Okay, so have a good day and good luck.